From Sacred Heart University in Fairfield, Connecticut, this is The Pulse.
Hello, my name is James Tauble.
And I'm Faye Canadian. Thanks for joining us.
We are happy to be here to be bringing you this year's first edition of The Pulse.
We're so excited to be back. The last few years have been a time of growth and expansion here at Sacred Heart University. While you were on summer break, the latest addition to campus, the Center for Healthcare Education, was finally completed. I stopped by to see how students liked the new facility.
It's a bird, it's a plane. No, that's a drone going over Sacred Heart University's newest building. The Center for Healthcare Education has just opened this fall, the latest addition to Sacred Heart University's growing campus. This new building will house the College of Health Professions and the College of Nursing for both undergraduate and graduate students.
Approximately about 8 or 9 years ago, originally our college was situated in the SC wing. And as it grew and more programs came, we needed more space. And so as a result, we were moved to Cambridge, and we were about 2 or 3 miles away for about 8 years. And as we expanded and programs, the College of Health Professions and the College of Nursing needed more space.
The new building is really beautiful and innovative and has plenty of resources for all kinds of health science majors. It has plenty of space and great labs and stuff to use, and it's definitely an upgrade from last year.
This state-of-the-art facility consists of interactive laboratories and classes. Here, the students can practice their real-life scenario skills through their high-tech simulated experiences.
Each program designed their own space and laboratories to really meet the needs of their professional programming. My favorite part of the building, and I am partial to the athletic training lab, which we're sitting in, is our 3G simulator mannequin. And it will allow students in live time to practice clinical skills on a high-fidelity mannequin. So we can create cases, we can create scenarios for students to learn in areas that they may not have an opportunity, so acute care or emergency care, and it will give them the skills that they need so when they're in their clinical settings, they're ready to perform in an emergency situation.
This building has a cafeteria and library where there are sources available to students. The faculty and students of Sacred Heart University cannot believe what this building will do for the current students and students in the future.
Sacred Heart is really a big health science school, so this building really lives up to its name because we have such good programs here. So it's definitely going to be a big attraction for future pioneers.
I think what this building provides for Sacred Heart and for the College of Health Professions is a future, and it is as healthcare changes and we bring in new programming for the college, our students will stay current and use state-of-the-art equipment to allow us to evolve and change with changing times. As a faculty member at Sacred Heart for the last 20 years, I've seen tremendous change and growth, especially within the College of Health Professions. And this building affords our students the state-of-the-art equipment to learn in real time, to use evidence-based practice as a way to be the forefront in their professions. The equipment, the facility, and the teaching models have allowed students to, what I think, provide educational opportunities that they would not have anywhere else.
Not only is this building beautiful on the outside, but according to the university administrators, the knowledge learned, friendships built, and memories made in this building will last a lifetime. For The Pulse, Faye Canadian, Bridgeport.
Sacred Heart students kept busy this summer between jobs, internships, and travel. Our own Brendan Capuano spent his summer halfway across the country, working on a Native American reservation in South Dakota. Let's turn it over to Brendan now to tell us about his experience.
7 years ago, a not-for-profit organization, Simply Smiles, came to the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe Reservation in South Dakota. Their mission has been to provide bright futures for impoverished children, families, and communities there. This summer, my mission for Simply Smiles was to document their work in action. This is LaPlante, South Dakota, far away on the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe Reservation and home to about 171 Lakota people who Simply Smiles has partnered with to fit their needs.
Let's be frank, these communities need help, you know? They're isolated communities that don't have an economic base to support everybody, and so they don't have resources. These generous people that come to be here a week out of their lives to play basketball with the kids, you know, that's a big deal.
These people are finally realizing that our tribe is not going to do what is being done for us by the Simply Smiles people.
Far away from the vibrant Lakota traditions of the past.
If your family isn't actively involved with their culture or spirituality, you're not going to know it. We're looking at a generation that isn't being exposed to that much.
And far away from the homes we are used to.
Well, a lot of these kids don't really have parental guidance, be it their parents being in jail, their parents being drug addicts, or their parents being alcoholics or abusive or anything like that.
In the coming weeks on The Pulse, you will see the work that Simply Smiles has done and the effect their partnership has made on the community.
And like I said before, it's giving people hope that, you know, their lives can be better. Just participate in it, and that's where the change is going to happen. It's got to come from within.
Progress can be made as long as we keep trying. Is all we got to do.
For The Pulse, Brendan Capuano, LaPlante, South Dakota.
Wow, what an incredible story.
I know, it's great to see people sacrificing their time to help others.
Homes for the Brave is an organization committed to providing housing for the homeless with an emphasis on veterans. Their annual event, Step Up for the Brave, raises awareness and funds for their important cause. Kimberly LeBady has more on the story.
Welcome to Homes for the Brave's 3rd annual Step Up for the Brave Stadium Stair Climb Challenge. This is Homes for the Brave's biggest event of the year. Just one lap around the course is over 1,000 stairs. The event was fun, and there are plenty of games and activities taking place. I even got to meet some great people along the way. Homes for the Brave has helped well over 1,000 homeless individuals, and they do so while making history. For example, Female Soldiers of Forgotten Heroes is a program within Homes for the Brave's organization. It is the first and only home for women veterans in the state of Connecticut. This year, Homes for the Brave has raised nearly $37,000, just $3,000 shy of their $40,000 goal, in exchange for liberty, family, and security. From The Pulse, Kimberly LeBady, Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Coming up after the break, an in-studio interview with our new Campus Papers editor-in-chief.
Plus, how a community comes together after tragedy. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to The Pulse. Sacred Heart's campus newspaper, The Spectrum, reaches thousands of readers both in print and online. Editor-in-Chief Alexa Binkowitz has a new vision for the future of the paper. She is here in studio to tell us more. Let's send it over to Kelsey Orr, who is with Alexa now.
Hello, everyone. We're here to talk about Alexa's new version of the newspaper and the overall direction of where journalism is going today. Hi, Alexa. Welcome to the show. Congratulations on your new position as editor-in-chief. Tell us, how did you get involved with the newspaper?
I first started with the newspaper in the fall of 2015 when I was in Professor Kabak's CM 211 class. And I was writing for the news section. I was just getting used to the AP style and things like that, and it kind of clicked really quickly. So that spring of 2016, one of the news editors was going abroad, so they needed to fill the position like pretty quickly. So Professor Kabak offered me the position, and I have been there since I got this new position.
What made you want to become editor-in-chief?
I think just because I had been in the news section for a while, I had been doing the same thing for 2 years, so I was like, okay, maybe we should take this a step further. So I applied for the position, we went through the interview process, and then the current editor-in-chief and the managing editor thought that I'd be a good fit, so we went forward with that.
The Spectrum is in the process of changing its image. What's your vision for the newspaper?
Our goal ultimately is just to make it more visually appealing, a little more immersive and interactive. Like, we are putting in a lot more graphics, a lot more photos, a lot more polls, so things that are kind of bringing in students in the community, as well as like graphics that are designed by our graphic designers and photos that are taken from photographers in the class. So it is going to be a lot more student run per se. I guess it is just a lot more graphics, so there's a lot more to see and interact with. Like, we have a new website and we have a brand new layout, so a lot of it has changed visually, and that's just because we're trying to kind of speed it up a little bit more technologically.
With the new partnership of WHRT Network and the Spectrum, what opportunities does it have for the newspaper?
The Bridge Network, which combines basically all of the communications clubs, so like the Spectrum, WHRT, the Pulse, Professor Falco's photography classes, all kind of come together and share content. It's like, for example, if we're publishing a story about something and the Pulse is doing video coverage on it, we can share them together, just kind of add like the visual aspect with print, so it does kind of make it a little more together, I guess. And it does help all of the other clubs as well, because it kind of just ties us all as a department, which is really nice. But it's good for us as well, because it just adds more of a visual aspect to our print, which is definitely what we're going for with the new website and everything. So it is really helpful to have all of this extra content with the Bridge Network, so it really will help us in the future.
Thank you very much, Alexa.
Yes,
I hope
you.
that the newspaper goes well this year.
Me too.
Sacred Heart football is back, and the Pioneer Nation is looking forward to a great season ahead. Here's Chris Cayozzo with more.
Alongside lineman Jake Davis, he plays for our Sacred Heart football team. I'm Chris Cayozzo. Coming off a tough loss this week, 34-31 versus Bucknell. Sacred Heart comes home this week to play Central Connecticut. Jake, how's the season going so far for you guys?
I mean, it's been going well so far. Looking on film and everything like that, we definitely have some stuff that we need to clean up to get ready for conference play. But overall, we have good chemistry on the team. We should be ready to go for conference.
We're all looking forward to that. Jake, coming to the season, what were your personal goals?
Coming into the season, personally, I just wanted to help out the team as much as possible. As a unit together, our number one goal is ultimately to win the conference.
Alongside Andrew O'Neill, a wide receiver on the Sacred Heart football team, I'm Chris Cayozzo. Andrew, thank you for joining us on the Pulse today.
Thank you for having me, Chris.
Andrew, coming off a close game this week against Bucknell, losing 34-31, but a great season so far, beating Stetson and Lafayette. Coming to the season, Andrew, what was the team's goals this year?
We always have high expectations, especially seeing how hard everyone works together, and it's a senior-led team. So the goal, like anyone else in the conference, is to win a conference championship. Conference play hasn't started yet. We're disappointed that we're 2-2 so far, but we still have a lot of time to turn around, especially this week, and get off on the right foot.
A captain on this team this year, the 2017 Sacred Heart Pioneers. Andrew, coming to the season, what were your thoughts and feelings on this season, senior season?
Like I said, I have high expectations for the team as well as myself. So my thoughts were that we were going to do pretty well. I know we have a new quarterback in Kevin, but we all trust him to do the right thing. He's been in the program for 4 years now. So, like I said, we have high expectations, and I think that it's the same way within the program. The coaches expect a lot of us. We expect a lot of each other, and it's about accountability and trust, and I think we have those things in the program.
Again, Andrew, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
For The Pulse, Chris Cayozzo, Fairfield, Connecticut.
This past September, we observed the 16th anniversary of 9/11. It is a time of reflection for Americans. We are reminded of the terrorist attacks that took away our loved ones all too soon. On a quiet island in Westport, Connecticut, a memorialized to commemorate the lives taken on that tragic day. Here's Phil Zeller with the story.
Here on the quiet seafront of Sherwood Island State Park, a memorial lies to those from Connecticut that perished on September 11, 2001. It is a memorial that remembers the horrible image of that fateful day, as Connecticut citizens gathered and watched in shock as the smoke from the Twin Towers rose above into the atmosphere. On this day of reflection and remembrance, family members of the deceased and members of the community entered the Memorial Pavilion to mark the 16th anniversary of the attacks. The calm evening was graced by the Bethel High School Navy Choir. Later, a tribute of words from Connecticut Governor Malloy and Lieutenant Governor Wyman.
I hope and pray that you are brought the strength that you need this day and every day. And as we remember all of those laws, may God bring some comfort to you. And may we recover as a nation, as a world, and overcome this war.
Toward the end of the evening, the names of those perished on 9/11 were read aloud as a dedication that their lives will never be silenced.
Mama Garba, Christopher Samuel Gardner, Peter Allen Gay.
Family members came together on the front lawn to honor those fallen and to lay flowers for their loved ones. State Senator Tony Hwang of Connecticut says since 9/11, we have gained higher ground and have become stronger together.
The tragedy brought out people of all backgrounds, of all religions and ethnicity and orientation. They all got together in a unified way, and not being any different, they were Americans getting together to help those in need. Because people need to remember, it's not just on 9/11 that these families mourn. It's a birthday. It's a holiday. Those that are lost forever. But it is important for us to keep that memory as a testament of their love and value in our society.
On that day, 16 years ago, evil was present, but it wasn't triumphant. The hands of millions of Americans reached out to help each other and move forward together. For The Pulse, I'm Phil Zeller, Westport, Connecticut.
Thanks, Phil. It's great to see people coming together to support those in need in a tragic day.
Definitely. When we come back, a review of one of TV's most talked about news shows.
Plus, we'll take a look at how students are celebrating the return of fall. Stay with us.
Welcome back to The Pulse. Winning 5 Emmy Awards this year, Big Little Lies is one of TV's most popular news shows. Is it worthy of all the hype? Here's Joe Durante with a review.
Hello, Sacred Heart University. Joe Durante here in the Critics Corner, here to review to you a TV miniseries. This show is called Big Little Lies. It stars Reese Witherspoon, Nicole Kidman, Shailene Woodley, Laura Dern, Alexander Skarsgård, Adam Scott, and Zoe Kravitz, and is truly the best cast I have seen in a TV miniseries since American Crime, The People vs. O.J. Simpson. And let me tell you why you all must watch this Emmy-winning miniseries. 3 women who live in a beautiful beachfront town called Monterey, California. Madeline Martha McKenzie, played by Reese Witherspoon, is the woman who thinks she is the perfect wife, with the perfect husband, with the perfect daughters, living in the perfect house, in her perfect made-up life. Meanwhile, she is also volunteering to work on the play Avenue Q for her local playhouse. What ends up happening? Madeline ends up having an affair with a man who is also working with her on this play Avenue Q. Celeste Wright is a mother with twin boys, married to a wealthy businessman who is also an abusive husband to her. Celeste continues to play the role as the good wife and mother until enough is enough. I'm not going to tell you anymore. Jane Chapman, played by Shailene Woodley, is a single mother who is the new kid on the block, and she has had an extremely dark past. But that's too much to say. What ends up happening with these three strong women is that they end up targets of a murder investigation. But that's too much to say. Back to you, Faye and James.
Fall Fest, an annual event at Sacred Heart University, brings the student body together with food, festivities, and fun. With more on this story, here's William Callahan.
This is William Callahan reporting from the Sacred Heart's annual Fall Fest. Fall Fest is an event created by the students for the students. It contains many free games, food, music, and all sorts of fun for students to get involved on campus after hours. Created by the Student Events Team, a branch of student government, the members of SET have been planning for this event vigorously since June. A lot of work has gone into this, and it is really shown today. Let's go take a look. I'm with Connie, the president of the Student Events Team here at Sacred Heart. Connie, talk to me a little bit about the effort you guys put in and what it goes through to put an event like this.
Sure. So the Student Events Team, we do programming for full-time undergraduate students. It's a place for other people to get involved, another social aspect to our community. We have all different committees for the Student Events Team. We all come together, we collaborate different ideas and visions that we want to see here on campus. It's September and it's Fall Fest. We wanted kind of more of a country fair to it. So we have potato sack races and candy apples and kettle corn to bring that kind of vibe here to campus, and I think everyone's really enjoying their day.
I'm here with Amy, a senior student here at Sacred Heart University. Amy, how are you enjoying Fall Fest so far?
I am having so much fun. I'm currently making myself a candy apple covered in chocolate. I enjoyed some kettle corn, apple cider, and mozzarella sticks. There is nothing more I can ask for today.
You said all these great things about Fall Fest. What's your favorite part so far?
I have to say the apple cider is very refreshing, and it makes me feel like it tastes like fall. I don't know what else I could say.
Taryn, describe me a little bit about your position.
Well, so I'm the student body president. We all help put on events. So Student Events Team, a lot of you don't really know, but they're actually a huge part of student government. So Student Events Team is part of putting on Fall Fest, Spring Fest, a lot of the small little activities that you guys see throughout the year at Sacred Heart. And student government is a big part in helping them, helping plan the events, helping man them and have a lot of people here. So it's a really great time, and it's a great opportunity for all of student government to get involved, as well as our entire university.
Now, Taryn, with Fall Fest now underway and it's going to come and go, what are the next events you're going to have planned for the rest of the school year?
Okay, so for our next big event, we're having Shoe Hoops Madness, and it's actually taking place family weekend. So we love it. It's a great event for all families and friends to kind of get involved and have everyone at Sacred Heart kind of bond together as a community.
Thank you, Taryn, for your time. From Fairfield, Connecticut at Sacred Heart University, this is William Callahan reporting for The Pulse. Back to you.
You know, Faye, fall is my favorite season.
Me too. That looked like such a fun event.
That's all the news we have for now. I'm James Tauble.
And I'm Faye Canadian. We'll see you next time on The Pulse.